I'm going to bring on our next set of speakers. It's going to be Dan Karlin and John Ferrara from TradeZero, and they are going to give us a little sneak peek as to what they've been up to over at TradeZero. Guys, I will let you take it away.
Thanks a lot, Luke. Appreciate the introduction. My name is Dan Karlin. I'm the Vice President of Product and Marketing at TradeZero. Excited to be here at the Benzinga Fintech Awards, where TradeZero has been nominated for the second year in a row for Best Broker for Short Selling. We hope we win. We hope to repeat. I'm joined today by John Ferrara, one of our co-founders, and we'll be hearing later on from Dan Pipitone, another co-founder and our CEO. And what we thought we would do today is really first start off by saying, what are we up to over here at TradeZero? Our goal here is to build the platform to optimally serve the global active trader community, right? And what that means is all the tools that you need to be able to, as a trader, execute your strategy, mitigate your risk, and make sure that you can trade the way that you want to trade day in and day out. And so let me introduce John Ferrara, who has been here since the beginning. Great to have you here with us today, John. First question for you, what are some things that active traders need to be successful?
Dan, thanks for the introduction. That's a great question. Very happy to be here today. I wanted to discuss 4 general things active traders need, 2 of which I'll quickly touch on, and 2 that I want to go into a little bit more extensively today. The first, active traders need a trading platform that encompasses all of their needs. Traders have different levels of experience. TradeZero has built a variety of platforms that suit those different levels. And what that means is desktop, that means Mac, that means PC, it means a free entry level version, and it also means a pro version like our Zero Pro that's designed for professionals that are doing this day in and day out in the market. The second thing that I wanted to discuss and that traders really need is access from wherever they are. And that means international access. In many cases, TradeZero provides access to trade US stocks and options from over 100 plus countries and from 53 US states and territories. 2 other things that we should probably dive into a little bit deeper today is customer service and innovations around short selling.
Awesome. Yeah, let's take that next step into customer service. My next question for you, why should a trader care about customer service? And then maybe you could build on that and tell us how TradeZero is doing with respect to customer service.
TradeZero and I firmly believe that customers are the center of every business. My partners and I built TradeZero with this in mind. Online trading can have its difficulties, internet issues, or computer problems. They can happen. Your access to the online trading world can be cut off at any moment. So my partners and I decided that we should deliver that old school personal customer service, real live, 24/7, 365 days per year support. Getting a live representative on the phone or chatting with a live qualified representative is fast. It usually happens within seconds. Customer support that can help a trader get out of a trade or answering a simple question without having to dig through an entire website. The reality is that active traders, they have money at stake, and our customer service is the backbone for that active trader.
So John, like I said before, how are we doing with this, with customer service? What are we looking at here?
Well, let's take a look at this slide we have right here. Almost 2,000 Trustpilot reviews, and we're nearly 5 stars. Now, these are real reviews from real people, real traders, and I'm very proud of the work that we've done in this area.
Awesome. Great. So now maybe we can pivot to the other topic that you wanted to dive into a little bit deeper, which is the innovations that we have around short selling. I know that some folks in the audience, though, may still be unclear on what short selling is. So maybe we could hit that first, and then we could dive a little deeper into what TradeZero is doing around short selling, rather.
Yeah. Well, first, it's important to recognize that many of us have been conditioned to think that as stocks go up and we see green, that we should be happy, and that's how we make money. The opposite case is also true. As we see red and stocks go down, we've been conditioned to think that that's bad and we're going to lose money. But if a trader executes a short strategy, they can make money as stocks are actually declining. And short selling is pretty simple. So when shorting a stock, you want the price to decline. As you can see in this chart we have right here, the ideal price to short this particular stock would have been around $50 or so. And you'd want to close out of that trade by covering around the low point of $20. And in doing so, you capture that spread.
Interesting. So I feel like maybe that is intuitive for some folks, but also might be counterintuitive for others. You know, sort of like in my mind, it's how do you actually make money as price goes down?
Well, this is where the mechanics come into play. The first thing you want to do is you want to locate shares and hello?
We can hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yep.
Yeah, the first thing you want to do is you want to locate shares and make sure that there's availability with that. And so what you're trying to do is actually short at the high point and then buy back the shares at a lower price. And the first thing is to make sure that we are I'm having just a difficulty here. To make sure that you're buying those shares back at a lower price, and that's how short selling works.
Right. And so what do you think is a pain point, or what have we discovered in our business that short sellers have as a pain point pretty often?
Well, the pain point is usually the locating of the shares.
Right. So can you say a little bit more about that? What does that mean? Do we have?
So usually we have these. I'm sorry about that. So usually we have the Apples of the world, the Microsoft of the world. These stocks are generally easy to borrow, and there's a lot of shares out there, so traders can actually get a hold of those shares quite easily. But not all stocks are like that. Many stocks have low floats and they're not easy to borrow, and that's where the locate comes into play.
Right. So really it's this first step here, this locating or the borrowing of the share, that is the key, which becomes the pain point of the short seller with respect to whether the stock is easy to borrow or not easy to borrow. Is that fair to say?
That's fair to say. Yes, it is, Dan. So
Great.
That's what we do well here.
What are we doing over here with locates? Like why is it so critical for us?
So what we do is we're at TradeZero, what we're doing is we're identifying and sourcing the shares that can be located. And that's what we do very well. So we have a whole team of people that are day in and day out working to make sure that we have ample supply. And that we're finding these hard to issue stocks so that traders can get involved and have potential profit opportunities that they sometimes can no longer get at other brokerage firms.
Great. So is there anything else that's necessarily different about TradeZero's access to shorting and locates?
Well, number one, that's a great question. Number one, we give the ability to sell back locates when a trader is done using them for the day. So unlike other brokerage firms where you can find the locate, use it, and short the stock, the locate at TradeZero, you can sell that back and get a credit for the initial locate price that you used up.
Right. Excellent.
So that's the first thing. We also have, like I said earlier, we have a whole team of people that are working to scour and get us locate and available supply. That's two. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Do you want to skip to how it works and what it looks
sure.
like in the user interface?
Let's show the locator window. So what
Great.
you have here is our locator window. On the right side, you have your watch list, which is where you can see if a stock is easy to borrow or if it's going to need a locate. Stocks that show in green, easy to borrow, and otherwise you would have to locate the stock before shorting. The top left will show your open orders. The open orders for either locating or for pending credits. And the bottom part of the window will show your current inventory of stocks.
Right. So, and this is only for the locate of the share, not the actual trade of the share. So this is if a trader wants to go short and not easy to borrow stock, they get the locate, they can manage all of that inventory in here, they can credit back in here. It's a very sort of end-to-end ecosystem where traders can execute their short strategy. So great overview of all of this stuff. I'm curious, what do we have in store here for the next year?
For that, I'm going to kick it over to one of my long-term friends and co-founders of TradeZero, Dan Pipitone, who will tell us what we have coming in 2022.
Hey guys, Dan Pipitone here, CEO and co-founder of TradeZero. Happy to welcome you all to the Benzinga Fintech Awards, where TradeZero is up for the best broker for short selling. We're hoping to repeat last year's victory to have that title 2 years running. I'm here today to tell you guys about some exciting stuff that we have planned for the fourth quarter at TradeZero. First and foremost, finally coming back to Canada. TradeZero Canada is in the works. We hope to be licensed by the end of this year. Secondly, we're imminently launching our crypto offering. We're going to be launching with 20 plus tokens across all 52 states and territories here in the US. We're really excited about that launch. So if you haven't already, you can join our wait list so you can be the first to know upon our crypto launch. Our multi-leg options platform arriving next week. We will be onboarding customers and users onto our multi-leg options platform, giving folks the ability to trade not only single leg buy to open, sell to close, but spreads, strategies, 2, 3, 4 leg option strategies and trades. We're also talking about releasing new routing options for our customers. We've recently become members of the New York Stock Exchange and NASDAQ, as well as the CBOE. This is all an effort to provide our customers and our traders with better market access. So when we're talking about the New York Stock Exchange, they have what's called a retail price improvement plan, which is going to allow our users to put orders in at fractions of a penny for stocks above $1. We became members of ARCA. So through ARCA, we're going to offer folks the ability to interact with the midpoint and route orders to the midpoint at no additional cost. And finally, when we're talking about the New York Stock Exchange, they have something called parity, which up until the New York Stock Exchange came out with this retail attestation program, parity was something only achieved by market makers on the floor of the NYSE. Now, once we launch this feature, our traders, because we're now New York Stock Exchange members, can send orders to buy at the bid and sell at the ask, where for the first time, our customers are going to get filled, not based on the time that they place their order, but will actually receive a pro rata share of all trades done at the bid or all trades done at the offer allocated across New York Stock Exchange members for a good percentage of those orders. So in effect, we'll be offering the ability in certain situations for customers to buy at the bid and sell at the ask. So all of these things are imminently coming to TradeZero. So if you don't have an account with us, we encourage you to join the platform today so that you can realize some of these new and exciting features that we have coming down the pipe. Thank you and enjoy the rest of the show.
Thanks to Dan for making that video for us. And thanks to Benzinga for allowing us some time to talk here at the Benzinga Fintech Awards. We appreciate the time.